guys, it's Filmmaking Simple here with another tutorial, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do the Harry Potter style teleportation effect inside of After Effects. I tried to figure out how to do this in Final Cut. As always, you cannot do this in Final Cut unless you have a really good 3D layer plugin, which I've tried all mine. I think I have 2. None of them cut it for this. So it's not going to be like the 3D, layer in After Effects. It just comes built in. Plus, After Effects has good motion blur. So the only way you can really do this is inside of After Effects. So and so I'm going to change this from full to half just so it renders faster. Alright, so actually I'll put it in quarter. Alright, so just the quality is just going to be a little low. Okay, so what you need to do is find the point where your person is about to land. So let's go back a few frames. I'm gonna go to here. And then I'm gonna go to edit, split layer, and then it's cut. So then what you can do is you can just take this front part and you can just delete it because we don't need it anymore. And yeah. Then what you need to do is you need to find the point where you walk off. So you do need a clean plate for this tutorial to work, because there is going to be a part where you're not supposed to be in the shot. So just split it again. And then you don't need that much, so I would just cut that. And then I'm just going to trim it to fit the work area. Alright, cool. So now our comp is the correct size. Okay, so what we want is we want our clean plate before, so just drag this here and drag this here. And so now what you should see is like this. You kind of fall in. So now what we want to do is we want to go to Command D to duplicate this layer. We want to go to the point where you're mid-air. I'm actually going to go extend it a little bit. Let me hide this layer real quick so I can see. And I'm using Command and the arrows to switch between frames, as always. On Final Cut, it's just the arrows. If you just do the arrows, it'll move stuff around up here for precise. So then what you want to do is you want to go to Layer. You want to go to time, and then you want to go to freeze frame. So the whole thing is that frame, and you can just make expand it all the way out if you want. You don't have to, but you can. I'm just gonna do it in case we mess it up. Okay, then what you want to do is you want to put it on top of the first layer, and just close that. So So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename this to warp, so I know that's me teleporting. I'm going to rename this to clean plate, and I'm going to rename this to just footage, because that's just a normal video. So what we need to do on the warp image is mask ourselves out. So I'm gonna put it back into full and move up to here. And then what we want to do is we want to grab the pen tool and we just want to mask ourselves out. Alright, now that you're done masking out your actor or character or whatever, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to end up like distorting them to like a circle-ish shape. So what I'm going to do is I am going to turn off the like points of our mask so we don't mess it up. And then what I'm going to do is turn this layer back on. So yeah, what we want to do also is right here when this comes back on, we want to go to edit split layer. So yeah, right when like it's done. There you go. So now what we want to do is we want to grab the, not that. We want to grab the puppet tool, and I'm gonna make a pin here, a pin here, and a pin here. So that should be enough, I think. Yeah. So now we can kind of like, you can see we can stretch ourselves out in a really weird way. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of bend myself in kind of that shape, just kind of a little crescent shape. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn on motion blur and turn it on for the composition so that we could see it. And actually we'll turn that on later so that we can't, it doesn't cause like it to lag. So this is, okay, that's a while. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make it so that it only lasts for about this long. So now what you want to do is you want to take your anchor point and move it like in the middle of them, but like kind of right here, so that when they rotate, they'll rotate around it like this, but not where it's like at their feet. So that's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keyframe my rotation and then go to the end of the clip and then I'm going to just spin myself around basically a lot. I'm gonna go this way. I like this way. No, not negative. Positive. Or, I don't know. Let's do it where I end up this way. There you go. But you can see I'm going that way, like pretty fast. And then if you turn on motion blur, I get blurry. So now you can see it's like blurry. That's why I like After Effects better, because it has motion blur that's actually accurate. And see, now that looks way more realistic than if I were trying to simulate that in Final Cut. So now what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate that, and we are going to add 3D layer to it, and we're just going to go into the transform settings and just change it around. So nah, that looks weird. I'm just gonna make it so that this one, I just did that. Sorry, that it's rotated with X. So now it's like this. So that was one thing that we couldn't do in Final Cut because of the there's no 3D. So now you can see it's like slowly kind of turning into a weird looking blurry thing. So now it just looks like a big ball of wumbo jumbo. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all of them and I'm going to pre-comp them. So okay, now what we're gonna do is we're going to I'm gonna cut this, like the size of this, down to only a few seconds, so it's like that long. Just cause it doesn't need to be any longer. And it goes into us pretty good, cause you can see it goes like that, and then we're here. Then I'm gonna add a little smoke charge over the whole thing, just so that it looks more like put together. So like right about here. is where I'm gonna have it start. So it goes like, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to toggle switches, turn the mode to no, not add, screen maybe. Yeah, that turns it down a bit. And I'm gonna go to my mask, and I'm gonna go to subtract, and I'm gonna feather it quite a bit. And yeah, there you go. That's how you do that effect. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you have any effect requests, leave them in the comment section below. Sorry, this wasn't a Final Cut Pro X tutorial, and if I was rusty with After Effects, sorry. I need to kind of get back into it. Been using Final Cut a little much, but yeah, guys, I will see you guys next week. Bye.